I'm David Sloan.
And I'm Adriana Burchett.
On this edition of LC News, the Beta Club induction took place to honor the most accomplished students in the school.
We highlight the Lunch Ladies' daily routine and upcoming competitions featuring some of the work of LC art students.
All of this and more on LC News. The high school has recently honored some of the highest achieving students in the junior and senior class.
This is Lawrence County High School's first year doing the Beta Club. We just switched over from the National Honor Society into the National Beta Club. The requirements to get into this was juniors and seniors that had a 3.75 GPA or a 3.5 with at least 5 AP, honors, or college courses. We have 66 students that are being inducted. So far this year, we have done a fundraiser selling suckers that went very well. That was to prepare for our induction ceremony, which is actually taking place February 15th.
So this school year, we made the decision to switch over from National Honor Society to Beta Club. We had our Beta Club induction ceremony last week. It went really good. There were a couple parts that turned into a little bit of humor, but it was really nice. The good thing about Beta Club is when you're applying for colleges, it looks really good on your applications.
To be an officer for the Beta Club this year is a little bit different than last year's. Juniors and seniors got to run, so it was a lot of people trying to get a position. I got vice president.
After switching from National Honor Society to Beta Club, juniors were allowed to officially run for office, and I was elected as Beta Club Public Relations. As the club public relations representative, I help connect Beta Club to the public.
The plans for this year are several different community service events. So far, we have done a coat drive right before Christmas break, and we actually got over 40 plus coats, all different sizes. Students also went and participated in Night to Shine. They worked with decorating, they worked with cleanup, and they were buddies and worked in food service. We also have participated in before school tutoring to help with Google Classroom Days. Beta Club students came in and helped with Miss Brady with any students that were needing any extra help on those assignments.
Congratulations to all those inducted into Beta Club this year. Spring sports have started and are in full swing.
In this section of LC News, we ask students on the softball, tennis, and baseball teams about their expectations for this year.
I hope for our team to win a lot of matches and then hopefully win region and then progress to state. I think we've got a pretty good team. We do have a lot of new people, but I think we'll do pretty good. Our coaches this year are Cassandra Webb and Cindy Hay, and Cassandra is my mother, so it's a little different this year, but both coaches do try to push us to be the best we can be and play our hardest.
Yeah, hope to compete for a region championship this year. You know, we got a special group of guys. Hope to make a run and go to state. I feel like we have a fair shot to be good against our competition this year. We have a lot of guys returning, so I'm excited about it.
I feel like we're going to have a good year. I'm excited, and I think that we got a lot of talent that can come together and make a run.
My hopes and expectations for this year is to get another district championship and to also win region and go to state. We have worked really hard, and I hope that we can achieve these goals. I'm very confident about our team this year. We've worked really hard in the off season to get stronger and work on our gloves and hitting. Our hitting this year, we are truly a strong team. And our defense, I look to them to back us up, and I hope we can go really far this year. I'm very excited to play in our new district, and I'm very confident in my team. Hopefully we can get another district championship.
We would like to wish good luck to all these sports in their seasons. LCHS students recently traveled to the Capitol to give a presentation about job shadowing.
Mrs. Huff's biomed classes recently visited the Capitol. The event was organized by the Kentucky Valley Educational Cooperative with a focus on innovation in Eastern Kentucky schools.
So today we have about 300 teachers and educators from Eastern Kentucky who are here at the Capitol in the Rotunda and the Mezzanine to celebrate the incredible work that's going on in classrooms and schools across our region. We're able to allow kids the opportunity to demonstrate to legislators what they're doing that is really changing the landscape of public education. These kids are innovative, they're doing things that solve real community problems, and they're being successful on accountability tests. So we have the opportunity to share some of that rich work with legislators and leaders from across the state so that they can understand how good kids, teachers, and communities in Eastern Kentucky are.
Hey, happy to be on camera here today and visiting with all the great kids from Lawrence County that are here sharing in a big expertise fair. There's drones, there's coding, but over here in Lawrence County, we're all about biomedical, which means I have visited with young people that have been shadowing in our local hospital, in our local doctor's offices. I met young folks that are thinking about going into dentistry and ophthalmology and want to be anesthesiologists. And even better, they're getting real-world knowledge of what they're stepping into so they don't have to find it out in the second or third year of med school.
I think job shadowing is a fantastic experience. I look forward to going all the time. I have job shadowed 4 places. I have went with Dr. Lester, Tom McCreary, Dr. DeSario, and Dr. Groves. So far, I'm interested in optometry the most.
And right now, I've been job shadowing Dr. Workman, a general practitioner, and I think that one's probably my favorite. So as of right now, that's what I want to go into.
I really enjoyed my job shadowing experience over the last 3 years of biomed. I've job shadowed to 4 places: general practitioner with Dr. Workman, dentistry with Dr. Lester, pharmacy with Dr. Gold at Riverview, and anesthesiology with Dr. Kendrick. I really like this program because it gives everybody the opportunity to go out and experience what they want to experience and learn what they really want to do once they get into college and into medical school.
Why do we love Kentucky public education? We've seen the hashtag several times. You're going to have students that are here saying these are the things that I have the opportunity to do because I'm in a Kentucky public school system. If I wasn't a part of the Kentucky public school system, I probably wouldn't have this opportunity. So we're also hoping that as far as when we look at school budgets, we're looking at budgets that have been approved by legislators, that they consider this when they look at do we want to increase seat funding or do we want to cut state budgets. This is a great reason, several reasons to say we need to keep funding Kentucky public education.
As the General Assembly continues to work on a budget, these students hope to show lawmakers that public schools are helping to prepare them for their future.
The event was very successful and students plan to attend this session next year. On this edition of World News, we talked to students about President Trump's first year in office and gun control.
In this section of LC News, we asked students how they felt about Donald Trump's first year as president.
I think he's done a horrible job his first year. I don't think he's fit to be president. He's more of a mascot than an actual president.
I believe Trump's done a very good job his first year. He's kept some of his promises. He's introduced tax cuts, which has helped a lot of people. I know around the Christmas season, a lot of people got bonuses. A lot of people started hiring new jobs.
I feel like his first year was really good. He made a lot of steps in the way of progress, such as his Tax Reform Act.
I don't think it's been as productive as he's hoped for it to be. Whether that's a good thing or not, I mean, I don't think he's accomplished as much as he has tried to accomplish.
In addition, we talked about Trump's use of social media.
I don't think Donald Trump should be able to use social media the way he does because it's just not professional. I mean, it's just something a president shouldn't do. He's basically in a Twitter war every other day.
Trump doesn't always use it properly, but I think as far as his use of it compared to the previous president or other political leaders, he's trying to connect more to the public.
I feel like social media is a good way to connect with the public and other people in America that might not watch the news as much, but I do feel like he kind of abuses his power and puts things out there that he shouldn't.
While the platform is good to reach a lot of people, I feel like using social media, for anybody who uses social media, you don't have a lot of time to think before you can share something globally.
Our final question focuses on placing restrictions on the president's social media.
Yes, I think the government should be able to put restrictions on Donald Trump for using social media the way he does. I mean, he's not acting very professional about it. I don't even think he's fit to be president. So obviously he wouldn't be fit to be president on social media, so they just need to get him off there.
I believe putting restrictions on the president could be useful, but it would all depend on what the restrictions would be and restricting what he could say.
I feel like that he should be able to use it how he wants, but there should be some restrictions because I feel like sometimes it's too far and it turns people against him and rather against him than what he's for.
I don't think anybody should put restrictions on what he has to say because I don't think we need to restrict what he's going to say, or nobody needs to put any limits on what, just if he's going to say it, he might as well have whatever platform to see whatever we think he's thinking.
On this special edition of Teacher Spotlight, we are featuring some of the hardest working staff at LCHS, the lunch ladies.
This week on Teacher Spotlight, we focus on some of the hardest working people in the school system, the lunch ladies. We asked them about their day-to-day routines. Here's what they had to say.
I come in at 5:30 along with our manager. The girls, on the other hand, they come in at 6:30. I go ahead and put out all the breakfast stuff that needs to be done in the morning. From that point, we set up all the hot bar and prepare for lunch. Then I leave at 1:10. The girls, on the other hand, they come in at 6:30 and they leave at 2.
We then talked to the lunch ladies about the recent changes in food and what they are allowed to serve according to state guidelines.
Underneath our guidelines, everything has to be ordered in the United States or we cannot use it. We started off with one pizza, the round pizzas with the 4 pepperonis. Well, then they sat here and got discontinued and we had to go back to the square pizzas, pepperoni and cheese. We went from the old Bosco sticks to the new ones because the other ones also got discontinued and technically they weren't made in the United States, just like the banana peppers. They're not made in the United States, so we had to discontinue it too.
We then talked to the newest lunch lady and asked her what her job was and how her experience has been here at the high school.
I'm Amy, and I'm the newest member here at the high school. I've only been a cook for about a year, and my job right now is over the salads. So I come in and prepare the salads. I help the girls get breakfast. I help with anything in the lunch that we need, like making the sandwiches or cupping up the fries. I'm also the server, so you all will see me on the hot bar every day, serving all these smiling faces.
As you can see, the lunch ladies really make the best of what most people consider a difficult job, and they always do their best to ensure that students receive a great meal.
Speaking on behalf of the LCHS family, we would like to thank the lunch ladies for all that they do. Today, we take a look at one of the electives offered by our high school.
Lawrence County High School is home to many elective courses that will hopefully teach students skills that they can use later on in their careers. One of these elective courses is Film Studies, which not only teaches students film literacy, but also how to write, shoot, and edit their own films. We got in contact with some of Film Studies students in order to ask them why they like the course and if they plan on pursuing film in the future.
I'm a fan of the Film Studies course because you get to express yourself through film and you get to make different types of films. You know, you have different types that he gives you, but mainly he kind of lets you go free with whatever you want to do as far as idea-wise, as long as you have like certain cuts, you know, certain things that he wants to see so we can grade you on them. Other than that, I mean, it's a great course. I would love to do it. I don't know if I'm cut for it or, you know, ready to do it, but I think it would be definitely a possibility for me to do in the future.
I'm a big fan of the Film Studies program because it allows me to create films on my own, and that's always been a hobby of mine. And it's kind of a way to just have some freedom in school instead of being locked up in a classroom. We can go outside, create a movie, give me something to do over the weekend. I could see myself doing filmmaking in the future, probably not as a profession, but as a hobby, yes.
Students go through the typical Film Studies routine where they write their movie, shoot their movie, edit their movie, and then the whole class comes together to watch each other's creations. However, local competitions sometimes become involved with the class, and select students such as Jeff Huxtable like to compete, so we also asked him about that.
Yeah, I also participated in a local film competition. We managed to place third, and we hope to place first this year.
This class is offered to all students that are interested in filming. Recently, students had the opportunity to participate in an event held by the library.
February was an eventful month for the library. They had 2 separate events, Blind Date with a Book and Speed Dating with a Book. Blind Date with a Book lasted all February. Books were wrapped in brown paper with small descriptions written on them and set out to show an example of never judging a book by its cover.
Well, these books roll it out, and normally I have a hard time finding books that I like. And these had descriptions on them, like the one I had one about war, art, and a girl, which I like those things. So I got it, and so far I've enjoyed the book.
Speed Dating with a Book was held after school to get students to broaden their genre choices.
So pretty much a group of kids showed up to do a little book circle, like a reading group kind of ordeal. And what happened was they had a group of genres set up for different tables for different people to come and sit down and read a different type of book for kids to get more active in reading throughout the high school.
They had a few different tables of different genres, including nonfiction, realistic fiction, and horror. So we went around to each of them, and they even had little candy sitting at the tables that way we could eat chocolate as we read.
I'm really impressed that our high school actually got a group of kids together and was able to give us that opportunity to actually get out and learn new books and figure out what we really like.
I really enjoyed it, and I really think that it's something that they should do again throughout the year to get everyone interested.
We hope there are more events like this one in the future. The LCHS art program is participating in some upcoming competitions where they have the opportunity to win scholarship money.
A couple of things that we're doing now in art are getting ready for our Moorhead State University art show. They have a high school art show every year. We're allowed to take 20 works. I try to take at least 20 pieces from mainly my older students, but I also like to pull in some of my younger ones if I can. Those pieces will then get judged, and we will go March 14th for their high school art day, where we'll see all other schools there. The most interesting thing, I think, is being able to see the work of your peers. We're hoping for some ribbons, but if we don't get ribbons, that's okay too. You know, it'll just be a nice experience for everybody.
We're doing the Moorhead Art Show, and that's next month, and we get to do a lot of fun stuff with that. Not only like getting to put in our own pieces, but get to do different types of art while we're down there with other artists. So I've got 4 pieces that are going in, and I'm a pottery junkie, so that's all I ever do.
This year we're going to the Moorhead Art Show, which we usually do every year. Ms. Schutzberg takes her sophomores and like her Art 2s, Specials Art 1 and Specials Art 2. So we're going down there. I'm taking 4 pieces. I have an acrylic, a watercolor, and 2 oils. Art's just great. I'm going to school for it, and I have 4 pieces in it, and I'm just so excited to start my life like that.
The other thing that we are gearing up for is the Doodle for Google contest. I think it's always a good thing when my students can enter contests, but the best thing about it is if anybody wins, their top prize is a $30,000 scholarship, plus you get extra things like a Chromebook, you get another computer, you get time to sit down with the Google team, and they turn your design into an animation version of yours. And it would be a wonderful experience for anybody. They also have lesser prizes, but of course we're shooting for the top.
So my doodle for Google design was a bunch of like fruits and vegetables, because healthy living just inspires me to be like a better person, just healthier all around. And if I won the prize money, I'd probably save it for college.
My design is architecture. I want to be an architect when I grow up. It would mean a lot, but I would probably donate it to the school, help with the art program.
We're also gearing up for the art show, but that won't come until a little bit later, about really towards the end of the year, the school year.
Good luck to those participating in the contest.
As for announcements, pay your senior trip dues as soon as possible.
Buy your yearbook today. Thanks for watching this edition of LC News.